I'm talking about the 2000s, where the era you played in. The era you played in, was it physical? The era you played in?
Yes.
LeBron James played in that era. LeBron played in that era. He played in the three-point era, and his three-point percentage went up. Every era he played in he adjusted. I look at it like Jay-Z, right? Like, you might say a rapper is better than Jay-Z, but how do we know that if they never adapted to the era? Jay-Z adapted to every era, every style of rapping, and can still sell what he's selling. That's how I look at it. I think Jordan is great. I think he's amazing. But do I think he would have been dominating the Kobe Bryant at his peak, the Dwayne Wade's at his peak? Do I think... I watch Allen Iverson get on the court and give him 37 as a rookie. I gotta give LeBron James the GOAT stamp. The reason why I'm giving him the stamp, it's not longevity, it's consistency. Here's a kid who came straight to the NBA out of high school. There was no Hall of Fame coach. There was no dominant player that he met in the first 3 years. He put the team on his back and said, let's go to the final. Talking about a 22-year-old kid bringing grown men to the final. That wasn't Jordan's story. That wasn't Kobe's story. LeBron James created a new story. You may say, well, he went to a super team. He didn't win until he got to the super team. He was the superstar of the super team. Just imagine you being in high school and you're killing at this high school, but nobody goes to your high school. There's no athletes. These guys who go to your high school, you can't win with. And let's say you go to a Oak Hill Academy and you do the same numbers you did at the school that wasn't producing players, at the school that is producing players. Shouldn't that speak to how good you are? I can understand if LeBron took a back seat. He didn't take a back seat. He still was the leader of the team. Now, my knock on LeBron, I'm with y'all. That 2011 series with the Dallas Mavericks was brutal, but he made up for it and won 4 rings after that. You may say, well, he been to the finals 10 times and only won 4. Jordan been to the finals 6 times and won all 6. What happened to the other years? Kobe Bryant been to the finals 7 times and won 5. But what happened to the other 13? So would you rather a guy not even getting close to the finals or a guy playing for a championship almost half his career? You let me know. But I'm going to give LeBron James the GOAT stamp. I don't think people realize they can turn the athlete's mindset into dollars. First off, you already have ambition. For some reason, you thought you was better than everyone else and you get a college scholarship. That's the same idea you got to have when you go into the work world. Got to have ambition. Then you had the work ethic. You was first there, last to lead. Same thing at work in the workforce. Then you know how to work with other people. Teamwork. If you ever won anything, you know that you can't do everything. You have people on your team who will do things better than you. That's the same thing that can work in the work field. And the most important thing, though, this is where people always get lost at, finding what they love to do. If you can find what you love to do and apply all those things I just mentioned, I guarantee success. I guarantee. I've never seen anyone who had ambition, who had work ethic, who knew how to work with other people, and they still fail. Impossible. Is it true that you and Kobe got into like a little beef over $100?
We were on the road. I think it was going to Cleveland. We always shoot for $100. This wasn't the first time this happened. We shoot for $100, usually put $100 in the pot. At the end, whoever gets it, wins it. One particular day, I remember we had it. A couple people didn't have cash on them. And I remember him winning it that day. And he said, I told him I was going to make sure I get him back. So you got 48 hours to pay. That's the rule. Or it doubles. When you think about it, we NBA ball players, right? Everybody's going to pay $100.
Yeah.
The next day, we're heading to shoot around. Kobe gets on the bus. I remember I had my headphones on. He stopped and asked me, yo, you got the 100? And I said, nah. I said, you know what? It's in my room. I told him when we get back, I give it to you. I'll make sure I get it to you. I'll get it to you then. And so I put my headphones back on. And that's when he hit me right there.
Yeah.
Out of the blue sky. Swear to God.
Kobe was standing on business like that?
Kobe was standing on business. He really wanted to send a message. That's what Kobe used to do. He would do things, want to send a message to everybody. The dollar thing was just him using that as an opportunity to let out his frustration, but he fucked up because he didn't realize my response. So I got up, I hit him with my iPod. That's when Foxy and everybody else they jumped up and grabbed me. I'm mad, I'm yelling, I'm telling him, stop the motherfucking bus. What you mean stop the bus? I told him, dude, he sucker punched me. They stopped the bus. I told him, yo, get off the bus.
The most common comment when it comes to this LeBron James subject is he didn't win with all the superstars he played with. Yes, he did. He won with Miami. He won with Cleveland. He won with the Lakers. But the problem is you want him to win regardless if his co-stars are injured, regardless if his co-stars underperform. You didn't get the same burden to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had 2 healthy co-stars for both three-peat. We always talk about Scottie Pippen, but we never talk about Horace Grant. We never talk about Dennis Rodman. We never talk about the timely shot by John Paxson and Steve Kerr. Kobe Bryant had some super teams. We never talk about Gary Payton and Karl Malone going to the Lakers. I'm not trying to hear they were old. The year before Gary Payton went to the Lakers, he averaged 20 points. The year before Karl Malone went to the Lakers, he averaged 20 points. They went to the final. If they win the finals that year, Kobe Bryant have 6 rings. Steve Nash went to the Lakers, averaged a double-double the year before going there. Dwight Howard, 20 points and 14 rebounds the year before he went to the Lakers. I didn't forget about you Laker fans who cried yourself to sleep when you didn't get prime Chris Paul. Like I said, LeBron James is the only one in this debate that's being held the GOAT standard. In North Carolina, his 1982, he wasn't even the best player on the team. The reason why he hit that championship shot is because they was doubling the best player on the team, which is James Worthy. James Worthy had 28 points that game. Michael Jordan, up until that shot, had 14 points. So all you dudes trying to act like y'all Michael Jordan enthusiasts and like y'all knew everything about him and y'all knew he was going to be this big ultra star is cap. 1,000%. Yeah, he was being called the GOAT. You know why? Because that's how media works. When one group goes out, they're going to call him the GOAT. How is Michael Jordan being called the GOAT and then y'all just forget about Kareem? Kareem has 6 titles. Kareem has 6 rings. Kareem won on every level. The reason why they don't give it to Kareem and the reason why they didn't boost Kareem is because he wasn't media friendly. He wasn't having none of that. That's the only reason. How y'all boost that up and then you dudes who apparently all y'all was raised in the 60s and 50s, y'all ain't saying nothing about Bill Russell. Bill Russell had an AP. He won 11. You know the difference between LeBron James and Michael Jordan legacy is we had the chance to see LeBron James' full legacy. We watched him on ESPN as a junior. Michael Jordan, we didn't really see him until the late 80s. People always in the comments saying, oh, I seen him in the 80s. How? The NBA didn't have mass media deals back then. NBA on NBC didn't happen until 1990. By the time NBA was on NBC, Michael Jordan has evolved. Michael Jordan already went through his losses. He already went through his ups and downs. So the only Michael Jordan we really know as a whole is the evolved Michael Jordan. We look at LeBron James and we see the junior in high school. We see his first 3-4 years in the NBA. We seen his ups and downs. We seen his challenge struggles. All the stuff that we missed from Michael Jordan, we seen in LeBron. And that's the difference in their legacy.
I said, okay, I get back to my room and the most craziest thing happened. My light is flashing on my message light is flashing on my phone. So I go pick up my phone, check my message. I'm thinking it's, people at the front desk. So it's Kobe. So I listen to the message. Yo, cool, it's him talking. And dude breaks down, start crying on my phone. I swear to God. I'm like, yo, this is weird. Dude is crying on my phone.
Nah.
Crying. Telling me he apologized, number one. Then he says he don't know why he does these things to his friends. Like he did this to a friend. So he literally called me a friend. So this is why I'm coming up with my reasoning and my logic too. Also, he befriended me and the things of that nature because it was weird because he literally cried in there in the thing and said, I don't know why, I do that to my friends, what have not, and kept on going. He apologized. Then I get a knock on my door. It's his one of the security guards. But one of them was real cool and always talk to us and chop it up. And and he knocked on my door, tried to talk to me and everything. And I just told him, listen, bro. I said, this ain't got nothing to do with you, man. I said, Kobe made a decision. For whatever it was, he made a decision. And I said, I got to make a decision. Simple as that. So I know Kobe get over to the gym early. And so I get over in the weight room. I beat Kobe everybody over there. I'm going to punch. I'm going to straight up and I'm going to knock the shit out of him. Plain and simple. So I'm in the other team's opposing weight room. I'm on the treadmill. In come Jerome, Shaq's bodyguard. He said, Samaki, he said, I know what happened. He said, I know how you feel. This ain't a winning situation for you. He said, the politics and everything behind it, basically. Long story short, ain't in your favor. He said, now, to get outside. He had Kobe waiting outside of the weight room. Come in, we bring Kobe in. Kobe standing right here in front of my face. He didn't know if I was going to swing on him or not. I seen the respect in his eyes, man to man. Right. That's what I was looking for.
You know the difference between LeBron James and Michael Jordan legacy is we had the chance to see LeBron James' full legacy. We watched him on ESPN as a junior. Michael Jordan, we didn't really see him until the late 80s. People always in the comments saying, oh, I seen him in the 80s. How? The NBA didn't have mass media deals back then. NBA on NBC didn't happen until 1990. By the time NBA was on NBC, Michael Jordan has evolved. Michael Jordan already went through his losses. He already went through his ups and downs. So the only Michael Jordan we really know as a whole is the evolved Michael Jordan. We look at LeBron James and we see the junior in high school. We see his first 3-4 years in the NBA. We see his ups and downs. We've seen his challenge, struggle. All the stuff that we missed from Michael Jordan, we've seen in LeBron. And that's the difference in their legacy. As much as hate LeBron get, people gonna be sad when he leave. Because you ain't gonna have nobody to hate. You ain't gonna have nobody to hate. Because there ain't no villains. Like, you know why people really hate LeBron is because just his whole brand. I'm a king. I'm the best player in the world. People hate to hear like people have confidence in themselves. People hate to hear them type of affirmations out loud like that. They want you to be humble, be quiet, say much. Let us cheer you on. Let us accept you. If we accept you, we'll do it for you. But the moment you speak outside of that, then we're not on your side no more. You got nobody like that. Curry's a nice guy. Jason Tatum's a nice guy. SGA's a nice guy. Anthony Edwards is like the image they try to paint for him is like the bad boy image, right? But he's just a nice kid. Like, he seems like a good guy. Like, he's not like, yeah, I'm better than all these guys. Nobody can stop. But he's like, yo, I'm tough. I'm good. He said he's the king, bro. LeBron James said, I'm the best player in the world. Nobody's coming out talking like that. Like, Kobe was saying, like, yo, nobody worked harder than me. I'm not passing you the ball because you ain't working hard. Are you going to tell somebody that was MVP? People hated Kobe because he said that, and then Shaq left, and then the Lakers lose the first round the next year, and then Shaq won a championship the next year. They hated that. When Jordan came in the league, they hated the baggy shorts. Who does dude think he is wearing the black and red Nikes, and we got these Converse right here? Who does dude think he is? Earrings, he in a dunk contest with chains on. Who does dude think he is? We don't got no one pushing the envelope. We don't got no one doing that. Everybody just kind of like, I don't want to hurt no one. And they making a lot of money. They're not trying to ruffle feathers. They're not trying to mess up their bread. So when LeBron James leave, the NBA gonna be boring for a little bit because you don't got nobody to hate. The way we look at entertainment is based off of conflict. And every scene in the movie is a conflict. The NBA is not gonna have any conflict. Not gonna be interesting for a little bit. I like Kobe, right? But Kobe came in with three all-stars on the team. He had a Hall of Fame coach, a system. He had a red carpet to wins. He did all that work in the early 2000s and still had someone on his team that had averaged more than him points and rebounds. Kobe,
you that version of one that think the one of the free flow basketball is basketball.
Kobe is my fourth on my list. He's fourth on my all-time greats. I'm not taking nothing away from Kobe. I'm just calling the facts.
My point is, what do you have against systems? Let's start with that.
No, it's not that I have anything against systems. It's that you got to give guys the credit who came in who did it without it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think it's harder to do, especially you coming from high school. Like a guy like Allen Iverson, right? He didn't come from high school, but he came from Georgetown. But he came in, with no mentorship, just took the NBA by storm. A guy like LeBron James, straight out of high school, NBA by storm. That's hard to do if you don't have no coach. I think LeBron James didn't win as much because he didn't have a system. Every time he won, it was the coach's first time winning the championship. So I got to factor those things in. I truly believe the 2000s was the start of the most talented guards of all time. Yes, the 90s were great. We remember what Jordan did, but at the time, the top 5 scorers usually consist of centers and power forwards. Yes, there were great guards with flair and tremendous scoring ability, but often played for underperforming teams or had the primary role of giving their elite forward the ball. It wasn't until the 2000 and 2001 season, 4 out of the 5 guards averaged 27 points or more. The increase in talent made it harder for one person to win 10 scoring titles, dominate every game, and win the same accolades year in and year out. Respect to the men who paved the way, but salute to the monsters of the 2000s. My name is Sean Shagamus, and let's continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Score Society. You know why people hate LeBron? Because they can't mimic him. They can't do nothing like him. Michael Jordan, we used to go out there and fade away. We did all that. Steph Curry, kids is out there today chucking up threes left and right. They haven't practiced shooting the three all week. They chucking up threes every day. Allen Iverson, we had the right to left cross. We could practice that. LeBron James' signature move was him jumping from one side of the court to the other side of the court, putting the ball between his legs and dunking on the other side. You can't mimic it. It's like a verse that Nas said. People fear what they don't understand. Hate what they can't conquer. I guess it's just a theory of man. That's just what it is. People who can't understand why is he 6'9", 260, and he's getting down the court like this, and he can pass. He's making the right plays. threes. I want him to shoot over 4 people. They can't understand it. And they can't do anything he's doing, right? Like you can say, this person is better, but then you go look at the record like, wait, LeBron have a 16-6 record against him, average more points against him, but I'm still gonna say he's better. And my last thing on this is, can we stop comparing everything to Jordan? Jordan was great. Jordan did amazing things. Yes, he won 6 rings in a row, but you can't be mad that things evolved to a space where a lot of guys can do the things that he were doing. The issue that Jordan has that he was doing against guys who was not as advanced as him. Same issue Bill Russell had. Y'all don't never say Bill Russell name. Bill Russell was in the league for 13 years and won 11 rings. Not only did he win 11 rings, he won 8 of them in a row. Not only did he win 8 of them in a row, his last ring that he won, he was the player coach. That means he was coaching the team and playing. Y'all never give him the GOAT. You know why? Because y'all gonna say, who was he playing against? He was the tallest guy in the league. The same thing I'm telling you about Jordan. He was playing great players, amazing players, but he was a step slower than him. I watched him play against the Cleveland Cavaliers when he scored 69 points. Just go watch how fast he was moving in comparison to everyone else. Look how fast he was moving in comparison to Mark Price. No disrespect to Mark Price, but look how fast he was moving. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Until next time, let's continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Score Society. Let's be real. LeBron James is the only person who's in the GOAT debates and actually being held to GOAT standard. LeBron James is the only one who has to win championships with middle school players. He's the only one who has to win championships by itself to be accepted as the GOAT. Meanwhile, everyone else can win rings with people who compliment them. Scottie Pippen was a great compliment to Jordan. Kobe had a great compliment in Shaq. Steph Curry had great compliments in Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson. They even had nicknames, Splash Brother. But LeBron, he's the only one who needs to win by himself. He's the only one who needs to win with players who doesn't do anything particularly good. Scottie Pippen, you knew he can defend every position. Dennis Rodman, you knew he can defend every position. Shaquille O'Neal, you knew he was going to dominate every center. Klay Thompson, you knew he can shoot just as good as Steph Curry. LeBron, on the other hand, can't have anyone who can play just as good as him. He needs to play by himself. That's the only way that people will accept him as the GOAT. These guys is not built for pressure. When we was growing up, we wasn't playing ball with no trainer and all that shit. We was playing for our lives. When I was playing basketball growing up, I knew it was the only way I'd be able to get on a plane. It was the only way I would have a chance at free education. It was different. You didn't have a trainer. You know who you was playing against? Your old heads. Old heads around the way, drug dealers, former basketball players. These guys, they play basketball with the train. They only play in gyms that got the right temperature. They don't play outside. They don't want these shoes on the concrete. They only do it certain times. They not built for pressure. You're not built. We had pressure. All this driving to the games, you better get a scholarship with this stuff. That was pressure. LeBron James, single parent household, 6'9", 240, 220 in high school. Where you gonna work? What regular job you gonna get being that damn tall and being that damn big and that fast and strong? You gotta make it to the league. Pressure. Allen Iverson in Bad News, Virginia, around his boys. Mom need help. Athletic, got a gift. Better make it to the league. Pressure. Now these guys, they 7'1", eating burgers before the game. Right on the bench, eating a burger. Kobe Bryant. Man, you can't win without Shaq. You can't win without Shaq. He in the gym 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. Let me take my daughters to school. I'm back at 11 o'clock. Y'all going out to go party? I'm going to go work out. Pressure. He didn't want his legacy to be known as he only could win with Shaq. Pressure. These guys don't got no pressure, man. They ain't used to the pressure. I don't have a problem with Jordan fans. I have a problem with the fans' relationship with Jordan. There's no way that Jordan retired 22 years ago and we haven't seen nothing better. Just imagine a guy who took Beyonce on a prom, and now he compares every girl to Beyonce. He would never get anywhere. He would miss out on all the great women in front of him. He would never evolve. Since Jordan retired, there has been players who scored 81 points, 60-point triple-doubles, 60 points in 3 quarters off 11 dribbles. Multiple players have scored 70 points. 2 players won MVP and Defensive Player of the Year all in one season. A team is three-peated. The dunk contest has advanced. Many players has mastered the fadeaway. I'm not trying to take away from Jordan's greatness, but I am saying don't miss out on your own greatness holding on to the past. Let's continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Score Society. Another thing that really hurts the NBA's viewership is the way the older guys with influence downplay what's going on right now. Now, I'm going to use Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley as an example. By the way, love those guys. Shaq, top 3 all time, in my opinion. But when I watch TNT or any of these broadcasts or they podcasts and they talk about how the game is played today versus now, and they got somewhat of a disgust for it. And then you have people who follow Shaq and Charles Barkley, who don't have the time to analyze the game as we would hope Shaq or Charles Barkley or any other analyst of their caliber will have time for, because that's their job. So when you sit and you say like, oh, the kids don't play like we used to, or it's too soft, or whatever the case may be, other people are influenced to think that that's what's going on. The reality of it is that things change. Things evolved. The game has evolved. You no longer throw the ball down low and just back everyone down and get fouled and go to the free throw line. They shooting threes now. I think it's the truth. I think it's just the truth that the eras of basketball has changed. People don't want to let it go. People who grew up in the 80s want to still believe that players from the 80s is still the greatest players of all time. People who grew up in the 90s still believe that the players in the 90s was the greatest of all time. I put out a video that talked about Michael Jordan. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to continue to say this. Michael Jordan is my number 2. He's my number 2 player of all time. That does not mean he's not a good player. That does not mean he wasn't a great player. But things evolve. And I understand when things evolve, it's okay. Change is okay. Doesn't take away from what was done. So for some reason, I'm getting a lot of pushback in the comments. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know ball. He must be young. No, I'm not young. Born in the 80s, almost 40. Not young. Well, I'm kind of young, but I'm not young. You know. You got to understand that we're talking about someone who's 6'9", 240, pass, shoot, dribble, jump high, athletic. Something when Jordan was playing, some of those skills was forbidden if you was his size. He's the same size as Karl Malone. Imagine Karl Malone being on the top of a screen and roll, shooting threes. It would be forbidden at that time. So you mean to tell me that a person who would have dominated the big men and the guards during Jordan era is number 2? But Jordan was the only player of his skill set at that time? But he's always number 1, even though we're seeing people jump from the free throw line as a warm-up now. People who do fadeaways all the time. We just saying like, okay, he's the best forever. Like, that's the problem I have with Jordan fans. Nobody can be better than him. But for LeBron fans, we understand that 10 years, 15, 20 years later, if Wemby decides to average 27 points for the next 20 some odd years and win 5 or 6 championships, we'll just simply say he was better than LeBron. But nobody can be better than Jordan. I just don't understand that if we all know things have changed. Y'all blame LeBron for everything. Like, y'all blame LeBron for everything. Somebody go to the league, his son go to the league, it's LeBron's fault. The ratings is down, it's LeBron's fault. Like the All-Star game sucked, it's LeBron's fault. Like, Isaiah Thomas couldn't get back on track, It's LeBron's fault. Chris Bosh didn't get back on track. It's LeBron's fault. Y'all blame LeBron James for every fucking thing, bro. There's no way everything is LeBron James. Michael Jordan was an amazing player, but he's not Michael. Let's be clear, he dominated in the 90s era. But I sit back and I look at the leading scorers of the 90s. Most were big men. So that tells me he didn't have no competition. And don't get me wrong. Would Jordan kill in today's basketball? Would he kill in 2010's basketball, early 2000s basketball? Absolutely. But he wouldn't be the only killer. So that's why I gotta tilt my head at Jordan and say, what you did was great when you had nobody to compete against who was at your level. And then we make it seem like Jordan only played 6 seasons. He played 15. For the first part of his career, he couldn't get past the Celtics. He couldn't get past the Pistons. He couldn't get past the Lakers until they were old, until they was ready to leave the league. And then he looked great. And he also retired 3 times. We always talk about this Jordan mentality. Don't get me wrong. I don't doubt it. I'm pretty sure he was a tough competitor. However, he was a tough competitor when he wanted to be a tough competitor. He's on record saying, I lost the love of the game. That wasn't LeBron's story. LeBron played 22 years of consistency, not longevity. Longevity is when you go from team to team and your role minimized and you're just trying to get a ring some way, somehow, or you're just collecting a check. That's not LeBron James' story. He's still doing the same thing he was doing in year 3 as he's doing in year 22. So Jordan's my number 2 on my all-time list. Great player, but not my GOAT. LeBron James over Kobe Bryant. Can't be biased. Man, you can't be biased. I know you and Kobe had a great relationship, but we got to talk about the player.
I'll take LeBron. LeBron's my second best player.
And I assume Jordan your first.
Not even close. It's Jordan, and then there's everybody else.
Yeah. I don't know how we can't get away from the Jordan thing if everything evolved. I don't get it. Everything Jordan we was wild about, and we saw from, like, even from the dunk contest, from the style, from being able to fade away, we've seen it over and over through the Tracy McGrady's, the Vince Carters. We've seen guys, not to say Allen Iverson played like Jordan, but we've seen guys like Allen Iverson who averaged damn near 30 points for 9 years. We've seen guys like LeBron James doing what he's doing for the last 22 years, being able to pass, shoot, run faster, jump higher, all these things, and lead the league in all-time scoring. That's what I mean by evolve. Here's where I get the most pushback at. I'm not trying to discredit anyone that Jordan played against. I believe I never made the NBA, not even close. What you guys did is amazing, but I'm just being honest from what I see as a fan. The guys that he had to play against versus Kobe, LeBron, all those guys, it's 2 different people. We talking about his matchups with Jeff Hornacek. No disrespect to Jeff. No disrespect to guys like Mark Price. But these guys ain't in your top 10. You think about your top 10 shooting guards of all time, you won't name anybody that Jordan played against.